So today we're doing a bit of an assumptions mukbang.
James is more nervous about the actual birth than you are. You want a girl. You earn more than both your parents. James isn't kinky in the sheets, and you are. 98% vanilla. I was offended. I thought I was quite fun in the sheets.
Hello guys, and welcome back to our channel.
So today we're doing a bit of an assumptions mukbang, and we thought we'd make it a slightly themed mukbang, my very creative idea, and we thought we'd have a bit of a face-off of the premium brand burgers.
Wow.
I know, so we got 5 guys, and we got 1 burger and 1 hot dog and some chips, and we've got Shake Shack. And we have 1 chicken burger, 1 normal burger, and cheesy chips, which
Rolling
are
up my sleeves.
rubbish because they came with a dip that I had to pour.
I know, cheesy chips are my favourite bit from Shake Shack, but a bit disappointed because they come separately with the cheese.
I say with me, I prefer Shake Shack burgers, but I prefer Five Guys chips.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm the opposite.
You like the cheesy chips?
I'm the opposite. Just a pre-warning, I always do this for any mukbang. I will talk with my mouth open. I will try not to.
Yeah.
Please just leave if it's too much.
We also got some Five Guys milkshakes, obviously.
Right, so we got assumptions while we eat. Nom nom nom. I feel like I just want to eat this
Cows
massive
can
thing
distill
of
all the
chips.
assumptions.
Yeah. I've never tried this hot dog.
Oh, it's really good.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can recommend the hot dog.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good hot dog, isn't it?
First assumption. You want a girl.
No.
I do. Well,
Wow.
this is this weird thing about gender. Like, I think it's one of those that, like, we obviously don't care at the end of the day.
No.
We're so excited, grateful, happy, tremendously to be pregnant. We obviously don't mind. But I have this thing that, like, people just don't say. Like, so many
Yeah.
people, like, if they do fancy one or the, because, like, if you're given 2 options, you're bound to naturally as a human fancy one or the other, you know? But then when you get the other, it's like, fine. I know what the whole thing behind it is. You don't feel like you can say, oh, I'm excited for this or this, because it then seems like you'll be unhappy with the other one.
Yeah.
But I don't think it is that. We both said before we got pregnant that we were like, oh, we can see ourselves with a little girl. Now we're pregnant, we're like, we don't care what it is.
I think my view before getting pregnant is I would love to have, you know, to be able to have a girl and a boy as children. I think that's quite a common view, to want to have both.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just always wanted the dynamic of a girl first and then a boy. So that's the only reason that I've said girl first. Not because I don't want a boy any more than I want, any less than I want a girl, but just that I kind of would love to have both. And for me, in an absolute ideal world, that would be the dynamic. Not that it matters at all.
It doesn't.
We know lots of older sisters and younger brothers that do not get along, and we know loads of older brothers, you know, like no dynamic works, it's just family to family.
This is a nice one to compliment that. You wake up every day feeling so grateful about your bump, and it's all you think about all day. I would say even more into the second trimester. The first trimester I struggled with a lot. I'd say yes, I wake up every single day and I touch my belly so much. Literally since I found out I was pregnant, I stroke my belly and touch it before there was even a bump there. I'm so grateful. I think that's a really good word to sum up how I feel about it. And now into the second trimester, when I feel way back to like feeling myself and I feel really good, I more so than ever during this pregnancy so far feel unbelievably grateful to be carrying a little baby in my tummy. And feeling really healthy and happy about the whole situation, and just feeling just the best I've ever felt in my life ever.
I'm so grateful too.
I'm so grateful too.
I find it strange as a guy because I don't, like, it's always on the back of your mind that, you know, you're pregnant and it's, but like we don't, obviously as guys, we don't have the obvious signs, and the majority of the time Carys wears clothes that she doesn't show in. Yeah. And so I wouldn't, like, it doesn't, like, I don't have that constant reminder that Carys is pregnant, that Carys does, if that makes sense. So even though it's obviously, I always remember that you're pregnant, it's kind of like a strange.
Sorry, I took way too big
No,
of a mouthful.
that's the thing, you need to go for little bites. And then it goes down quicker then, so we can continue the conversation. But absolutely no rush. You take your time there, girl. I'll just pop onto one of the Shake Shack burgers, which are my favourite.
What was the question? I can't remember. Oh, should I try that then?
Yeah, that's the question.
I'll take a small bite. Yeah, I think when I'm showing a bit more and my bump's like in our vision all the time, it's easier to be like, you're pregnant.
Yeah, to kind of constantly remember.
But I mean, literally every other hour or so we talk about the baby. So it's not like we forget. That is very flavoured.
I just think it's got more going on. So
Yeah.
Five Guys, they do incredible burgers, and then you have your cheese and your bacon, and you can put your toppings. But the cheese is melted. It's got the cherry peppers, which is incredible, and the shake sauce, which is
Honestly,
smoked
those
shack.
cherry peppers really give it an extra bit of spice.
Yeah. It's
Still
delicious.
nothing beats the cheesy chips though. I think it's because my current pregnancy craving is cheese, isn't it, James?
It is, Carys.
I'm obsessed. Like Baby Bells, cheese strings, I just can't get enough of them. You put too much pressure on yourself when trying to conceive. Yeah.
You did. We did a whole video on this, which has just gone up. But 100% it was it was very pressurised time, and just kind of trying to do everything possible to conceive kind of in the time frame. You know, that not in the time frame, but just to conceive as soon as possible, essentially. I think we went into kind of wanting to conceive thinking when it happens, but quite quickly you think, well, we want it to happen now, and then kind of you put so much pressure on yourself to kind of have it as quickly as
Yeah. It's really hard for it not to not let pressure get to you. You will miss your last minute holidays when the baby is here. I think we'll still whisk away with the baby, won't we? Be when they go to school that's the issue.
Yes, when they start school is when you can't kind of go away whenever you want.
Yeah.
I have always said we're so lucky that we can kind of, family is everything, family is life. But a benefit of not having kids, along with the fact that, if you don't want kids, then that's a benefit of not having kids, is that you can go away during school time. And a part of me was like, am I ready to give
James,
up going on cheap holidays when it's school time? Because otherwise you have to go during summertime, summer holidays or winter holidays, and everything costs so much more.
this is practical James, literally. If I suggest to go somewhere, he's like, how could you suggest that? It's school holiday time.
Literally, yeah.
How could you? It's bank holiday. It's inset day. I'm like, how do you know these things? Like, but it's so true, because then if I'm there to plan a day, I managed to plan it on like the busiest bank holiday day ever, and we're in a queue that's about 50 billion people long, and the price is like 10 times the amount that it should be.
We'll be off to the zoo on, August bank holiday Monday, and it's like, why on earth
if I had my
are we
way.
doing a tourist thing in the UK on August bank holiday? Like, everything's just chaotic.
I know.
You wait until, a Wednesday outside of school holidays and it's dead.
It is.
Alton Towers, Thorpe Park, theme parks.
So we'll
zoos.
miss that.
We will miss that. But with a young baby, we can make the most of it.
Yeah, like Disneyland.
Should we do Disneyland Paris out of school time with our young... We said this already. We said, like, literally, for our baby's 6-month-old birthday... You took another big bite, didn't you? Yeah. For our baby's 6-month-old birthday, we're going to be like, we're taking it to Disneyland Paris.
We literally said that, oh my gosh, like a year ago when we weren't even pregnant.
Yeah.
We were talking about Disneyland Paris, and we were like, we're going to come back here for our 1-month baby anniversary.
That's a joke.
On the note of travelling, I really want to be not scared to try and travel with a baby. Like, I've heard a lot of YouTubers and different people talking on the subject of like, your life doesn't end when you have a baby. You can still travel, you can still do fun things. Yeah, it's going to be much harder. It's going to be an adjustment.
Everything takes longer.
Yeah, but I want to throw myself back into it when we feel ready and get into that routine of like the new family way of doing things.
So last minute holidays will definitely still happen.
Yeah,
100%.
defo. Especially when
Up
they're
until
not
our
in
kids are
school.
going to school anyway.
Yeah. James is more nervous about the actual birth than you are.
I don't know. Would you say so? I am nervous about the birth. I can't not, and especially because of COVID and stuff. And we say in other videos, like we wouldn't not be pregnant now, knowing what we know about COVID kind of thing. When we were trying to conceive, we were convinced that COVID would be gone.
Yeah.
Kind of by the time it was time for the birth. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case.
April's the birth, by the way. April
so,
the 3rd.
Yeah, so, well, that's the due date.
That's
the birth. It's happening, guys, April the 3rd.
We are manifesting for the baby to come on the due date. Let me let the dog in. Continue.
So yeah, like, I am nervous, and obviously in the UK at the moment the whole issue is that the partner, or like one person, can go in as a birth partner for when the wife's in active labour, and then is allowed to stay for up to 3 hours after the baby's been born, and then has to leave and can't go back to the hospital until mum's ready to come home.
Yeah.
And that's tough, so I'm really anxious about that.
Yeah.
I'm really anxious about leaving Carys there on her own, like when she starts to go into labour but not quite active, she has to be in there on her own.
Yeah, that's
And
hard.
then once the baby's born, if it's a really kind of good, smooth, healthy, normal delivery, not that any delivery is normal, Carys could be out within 6 hours, But if, there has to be an emergency C-section, or if there's kind of, some sort of issue with the birth, then Carys could be in there for days or even like a week plus, and I'm not allowed in to not only not see Carys, but not to see my new baby, which is going to be like I think that's what makes me the most anxious.
Yeah, that's the terrifying bit, isn't it? And I guess, that's the worst bit. Like the actual birth, we barely think about the actual birth because we're worried about the after bit with you not being allowed to stay.
And from a wholly selfish point of view, I want to stay because it's my newborn baby.
Yeah.
And I want to be, obviously, like any modern dad, 100% involved with this baby. And then also from an unselfish point of view, I want to be there to look after Carys. If she is in for a while, it's because something wasn't 100% right with the birth. So to look after Carys, and also to help Carys look after the baby so she can have some respite.
Yeah.
So it's just a bit... I think if there is a major issue, they do allow the dad to stay for longer. But nothing's kind of...
Yeah, we don't know. It's very unknown, isn't it?
We have a close friend who's going in soon, has a due date at the start of November. So we'll see what her experience is like.
That'll be good.
Hopefully it's a really good one for her.
I really hope so. And I think with the actual birth as well, in terms of if I'm scared for the birth, I'm not scared, but I definitely have already started looking into lots of different things to do with birthing. I really want to do hypnobirthing, and so I've ordered books and I've been looking into all that. And I'm really keen to just kind of visualize and work towards in my head a really positive experience with birth. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm going to work towards in my head it's going to go really well. It's going to go great. The baby's just going to slip slide out. But I'm also not going to put that pressure on me that be like, it is going to go well. Because I'm like, I know if it doesn't go well, I'm in the safest place. Hopefully I will be.
In hospital, yeah.
And just, I just need to be present and live that experience however it turns out to be. And not be hard on myself when it comes to that. But in terms of preparation, I'm really hoping to mentally prep for the best birth experience possible in terms of hypnobirthing. So that's really exciting. I think you and James feel way more excited about the baby than what you're showing. Could we show it more? I feel like we're talking non-stop.
When we talk about it, we seem quite calm.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, we're like, I don't know. I couldn't be any more excited. So yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how you're kind of perceiving our excitement.
Depends. If you're perceiving our excitement as a 10 out of 10, that's correct.
I think me smiling is a 10 out of 10 excitement, isn't it? Because I'm usually just a bit of a yeah.
See, I'm full now. I just want to eat the chips.
Chips are easier to eat when you're full. You'll both end up being the good cop parents. I think we will when it comes to different things. I wonder if Carys and I will kind of like think different things and more serious when bringing up a child.
Maybe.
It's not really discussions we've had. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I feel like Carys and I are on similar pages, but we haven't had discussions about kind of how we want to bring up a child.
What's the good cop parent? Is that just the one that's always like, have many, be fun?
Not necessarily. So I think if the kid does something wrong, there's going to be one parent that's kind of like really soft and loving and like, so why did you feel the need to do that?
Oh, that'll be me.
Why did you? But like also then like not really punish them, like no grounding, no anything.
Yeah, I think that'll be me.
And then one parent that'll be like, get to your room, I'm so disappointed in you.
I think that'll be definitely me because I want to be the one that's like they'll come to with any issues. So I want to be like, and if they're lashing out, I want to know like what they're going through. Because when you lash out, I did anyway as a teenager. It's
such a modern
feeling
parent.
Something like you're feeling, I don't know, lonely or like something happened at school that you just don't want to talk about, and I just want to be there as like an open parent that isn't like...
We're going to have so many parents watching this going, that's what I wanted when we started out.
I know.
But it doesn't happen.
It don't happen.
They just keep taking and taking and taking.
Literally like two months and I'm like, get to your room!
Why did you feel the need to do that? No. And you think like you can get, everything out of especially when they become teenagers, you're like... You can kind of really solve their problems. It's like obviously us as teenagers, our parents could not solve our problems. Come on.
They were the last person.
They would have no clue.
I know, exactly.
We're teenagers, we go through things that no one in the world goes through.
You don't even understand, man. You haven't even been a teenager. So, who knows what will end up being. I can't figure James out. I can't decide. Because in one way I'm like, he's going to be bad cop in terms of he's going to be strict. He's going to be practical James. I don't take shit from no one. And then in the other sense, I see him with Mila, and she could literally eat another dog, and he'd be like, "Good girl, that's what you were meant to do."
Yeah.
So
when it comes to Mila, you kind of
that
are
tips
more
me.
just
I am.
Canarian. I'm terrible.
Oh God! If we
I'm
went off Mila, then I'm going to be a bad cop because I'm like on your bed.
I know. She'll bark at people, and I'll be like, "She's just protecting us. She's doing a really good thing."
And I'm like, "No, on your bed." Oh my gosh, maybe that is going to show what we're really going to be like. Yeah. Next assumption: you earn more than both your parents. Thought I had to do like a non-pregnancy one, so I thought I'd throw it out there with a bit of.
See,
yeah, they are.
This person clearly doesn't know we're pregnant.
It's either pregnancy or money. That's like the two, you know. Ooh, clickbait.
Juicy.
We say James's parents are retired, so we definitely earn more than James's parents.
Yes. Well,
I don't actually know how much we earn. Like James does all the finances, so I always put the money questions
I
to
don't
James.
know how much your parents earn. I
don't know.
I would go out there and assume that we do.
Yeah.
But we don't know. You know, we could just be big spenders when our parents are not such big spenders.
Yeah. And then James's mum had a really good job. But again, I don't know.
I think my mum at her prime, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
If she.
I'm not sure.
I'm guessing could well have. But also, obviously, we kind of own a business. So kind of we don't, you know, and our money is in a business, so it's not like we don't earn all of our business money.
Yeah, so it's different, isn't it?
We earn an income from our business, so it's not.
Yeah, so if
depends what you look at, doesn't it?
If you were to look at what our business earned, we would earn more.
No.
Or like, that's what we're talking about. We're like, maybe. Yeah, like James said, when, say, James's mum or parents and my parents have their salaries, that is all sort of for them into their bank, whereas ours is business, and then it comes down into our as separate salaries. So our salaries, that is then complicated because then you have salaries, then you take out dividends, and then it's a bit complicated with a business. But yeah, I don't know much about money. It confuses me. You're in a mad rush to get your house done or near to before the baby comes.
Oh, there's no near to about it. The house will be done.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm absolutely determined.
We are. We've got till April, so that's like a really good amount of time.
Yes.
And we're definitely focused on doing the things that we want to do. So we've done so much to the house already. And then we've got the big thing, which is the kitchen in November. And then aside from that, I think we're really, really happy with everything that we've done to the house. And other things that we do will just be probably quite small jobs, you know what we're like. We always change our mind. Yeah. We've always got little transformations going on.
I think the aim is to have the whole house done by Christmas.
Yeah.
So enjoy a little bit of Christmas. Not that we don't enjoy life all the time, but to have Christmas, and then from January onwards, we're going to focus on the baby's room. So we're going to do the whole house apart from the baby room before Christmas, and I think we're going to be able to get it done. Maybe a bit of painting here and there, but on the whole, I think it'll be ready for Christmas.
Yeah.
Definitely ready for the baby.
I feel really lucky to be able to move into the house and like do all the things that we wanted to do, because I know a lot of people have to split things up over many years, and sometimes I feel really like I'm not voicing how appreciative we are enough on camera, but then at the same time when I do it, I feel like then I'm just coming across annoying, if you get me, if I'm doing it all the time. Yeah, we're so stupidly grateful that we're able to even consider having all the things we wanted to have done before April when the baby comes. Like, I just think that's such a really amazing thing for us to be able to have. So,
and we've had some amazing kind of companies work with us throughout the way of doing our house and stuff.
Yeah. I didn't want anyone to think we were ungrateful. Yeah. And that's again with the other question as well about the money and the salaries and stuff. I always feel like I just read the question and answer it, but then after I'm thinking in my head for so long, like, oh my gosh, I hope nobody took that as like, yeah, we earn more. Yeah. Next question, like, no, I feel so lucky to have, not lucky to be earning whatever we earn, because we work really hard and we do stand by that, but we are so lucky to have a job which has so many pros to it in terms of flexibility, being able to start a family. James doesn't like serious questions. And just actually to have a job, this is more for me, I guess, that is my dream job. As a job where the income is really good, because I know that lots of people's dream jobs, it doesn't work out as well as that. Yeah. If that makes sense. I never know how to say these kind of things. So I always end up saying the wrong thing, or you end up not addressing them because you don't want to come across in the wrong way. But anyway, I don't care.
That's the thing.
So grateful.
And I think we always feel eternally grateful to be able to do what we do and to kind of earn what we earn and to like live the life that we live, and to be able to kind of at the age of 23, like there's way more to life than kind of being financially stable. But for us to have a baby at this age, you know, we wanted to make sure we're in a good financial position before having our first baby, and like to be able to do that at this age, we feel so grateful and so
very
kind of happy to be able to do that.
So yeah, we couldn't do any of what we do without you guys, so it's always just a massive thank you for you guys for following our journey and being here with us, because you're literally the reason we are able to do this job.
I know, and we're so grateful.
It's crazy, really.
The years of growing kind of the social media without earning anything.
Yeah.
It's like, that was mainly Carys kind of working ridiculously hard on that while doing a university.
That seems like so long ago that we were at uni starting our social media.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, you are secret millionaires. Now, I read that and I was like, what is actually the definition of a millionaire anyway? Like, I always say millionaire, billionaire. I'm like, is that actually... I always just think of it as like, you have £1 million sitting in your bank, just 1 million.
I don't know if it counts as assets. I don't know what... I'm assuming assets, but then...
Assets.
Obviously, if you have £1 million house, it's not likely that you own that house outright. You probably, not definitely, but a lot of people would have a mortgage. So you'd automatically think, oh, that house is worth £1 million, they must be a millionaire.
Oh.
But then just because the houses are worth £1 million, they might only have 100, 200 grand of investment in that house.
Oh.
And if that's the case, then obviously they're not, and then it would all depend on what cash they have in their bank.
You've got to weigh up the assets and the cash.
Got to weigh up the assets and the cash.
I mean, I wouldn't have a clue.
No, we're not secret millionaires. However much I'd love to be a secret millionaire and kind of like pop under the radar. Like,
we don't have £1 million in the bank.
I have £1 million in cash and assets combined. No, we're not secret millionaires.
Go on, girl, if you do. I love that.
I know.
Carys can't wait to have a big bump and wants to do naked photo shoots showcasing it.
And I love the smiley emoji. Like, it's not one of the really happy smiley emojis.
No, it's like mediocre.
The basic happy emoji.
It's like this. You'd like to get naked and show your pregnancy bump. I screenshotted this assumption because I feel like it just is so accurate.
Yeah.
So accurate.
At the moment, we can't leave Cardiff though to go to our favourite photographers to shoot the baby bumps.
But
so hopefully,
it's not big enough
come
yet.
bigger bump at the start of next year. So is it something you do a month before due date, that kind of time, like when you've got?
I think you leave it as late as you can.
Yeah.
So yeah,
a month before for safety, because obviously from about.
What's that? 30.
That'll be the very start of March.
36 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
35, 36.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'd have a big bump then, wouldn't you?
Big bump.
Don't wait to have a big bump.
So yeah,
I'll probably regret it.
Definitely. So we'd love to go to see our favourite photographers, the Dreams.
Yeah.
They're such favourites that I still can't pronounce their surname.
I know, me too. You want to move house closer to family. I thought this was funny because we already live really close to our family.
We live really close to both of our families.
Yeah.
So we have brothers in London, but apart from that, everyone lives within about 25 minutes. All of the rest of Carys' family and the rest of my family.
We couldn't be much closer to both of them.
We're pretty good actually. Yeah.
Again, that's something else I feel always really grateful for.
Yes.
People that meet, say at university or something, and then their family says like they're there. They don't it's like hours, say, between two families. I think that's really hard for things like Christmas, where you want to live, if you want to be close to families. So hard. But luckily both of ours we met in school. So obviously we were situated in the same area. And we kind of, for Christmas, we spent half the day at my family and half the day at Carys' family. And it's just really nice, isn't it? But really also, I think we're really lucky that before kind of the social media took off and this became our full-time thing, we were convinced we were going to London, weren't we? We were the jobs that we want, we're going to go to London at least for the first kind of 10 years, if not longer, to kind of become established in the industries that we want to be in. Now look at us. And so I feel so lucky that we haven't, don't get me wrong, I really like London and I would have probably really enjoyed being there, but we love Cardiff. We love being able to live kind of not in London essentially. Yeah. And we were convinced that we'd have to... Yeah. And it's almost when you have to live somewhere, I think it's more kind of you see the negatives of it. When again, it's a massive privilege of our job. You can essentially live anywhere in the country or within reason in the world and kind of carry out our job. And because of that, then you really appreciate... We ran out of memory. It stops every 25 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Can't remember what we were saying. Because you can choose, you really appreciate them where you live. We love Cardiff, a lot. You already have baby names picked out. We do.
We do. So we have
a baby name that we really like.
Yeah, well, we have 2 to 3 boy names and 2 to 3 girl names.
Yeah.
And kind of, we have them in our head. And then we are going to find out the sex. I don't know if that was going to be a question, but we are going to find out the sex of the baby before April.
Yeah.
And so
before April, yeah.
You know, the whatever. And so we will then obviously just go with either the boys' names or girls' names. But then we're always chatting about it. Always chatting about baby names.
Love it.
And then come... And then, so then once we know the sex, we'll focus on that sex baby names, and then we'll gonna kind of have 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, and when the baby's born, we will then kind of 100% decide on the name. But you can't help but having a favourite.
So the answer is yes.
Like, we 100% have a favourite of each sex, but again, like, we're gonna not kind of dedicate the name. Like, we're trying not to call the baby by the name until it's born, and then just to make sure we are happy with that decision.
You're going to end up with 7 kids.
No, unless we end up as legal guardians to other people, and unfortunately something happens to them, then no.
I did want 6 kids
You
or
wanted
something.
5 at least.
5 kids.
Oh goodness.
Before I was pregnant.
Everyone said wait until you're pregnant, didn't they? Wait until you're pregnant for the first time.
And then in the first trimester, I was like, nah, I can't do this 5 times. And then now I'm in the second trimester. I'm like, yeah, I could do 5 or 6 or 7. But no.
I think we'd like 3.
Yeah.
I think.
To be honest, I'll be blessed and happy to have however many we can have. 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Like we're over the moon to be pregnant kind of thing. And I think, yeah, you just take it from here now.
You're the happiest you've ever been.
Yeah.
I can honestly say yes to that one.
Yeah, same.
Can you?
Yeah, I 100%. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's nice. That
Oh,
is.
that's lovely.
That's lovely. We're on the same page.
Oh, lush, hen.
That's really good.
Mwah.
I'm glad we both think life's going really well.
Life's going cracking for us.
Happiness isn't really anything to do about life going well at times, isn't it? It's a bit of a strange one, but I feel really content and really happy. And
But you've just associated. Oh, why am I being so annoying and deep in this video? Then you just said when life's going well, but then you were like, oh no, it's not when life's going well. But then that was you associating life's going well to like having the house and doing, or like maybe you thought, oh, it's not life's going well to do with like money and stuff. But life's going well is not to do with. Am I making any sense? Basically, if you say you're happy when life's going well, that could just mean life's going well means.
yeah.
Right, someone take me away. I'm not making any sense.
I didn't say you're happy when life's going well. I said the whole point is life doesn't necessarily have... In terms of life could be going better now. Like, we couldn't be in a COVID lockdown. And,
oh, I see what you mean.
You know, like, we couldn't have restrictions on the majority of things we do. And I could definitely come to see the birth of my firstborn baby.
Yes,
so
okay.
things could definitely be going better. But at the same time, I just think when you see... But I think that's amazing how we feel so outrageously happy to be pregnant that it overrides everything.
Yeah, going on.
Like, we are the happiest we've ever been in life, even though it's not an ideal situation. Even though we wish we could go in to see to 100% see the baby and stuff like that. So, anyway.
James isn't kinky in the sheets, and you are. Wink face. I had to screenshot this, okay, because I have a funny story. When we went to one of our little trips away recently, I always make James do quizzes. Like, if you've been together for years and years and you've run out of things to talk about, which obviously you will, if you spend as much time together as me and James, you've definitely got nothing to talk about. I always bring up like quizzes, or we do like Q&As when we're out and having food. I was feeling saucy, so me and James did like a sex questionnaire, and it was actually so fun. It was honestly hilarious. Like, we were just laughing at the things on it, weren't we? And this question made me laugh because obviously it's saying I'm kinky in the sheets, and my results came back as 98% vanilla. I was so upset as well.
You were convinced you were like being a little bit naughty with some of the answers.
I was like, oh my god.
It was like, you enjoy having sex? Yes.
I was like putting like strongly agree, or like the 1 up. I was like, that's a bit naughty. I'm gonna do 1 up for that. And
it was like a 10 kind of like
out of
dotted
10
thing, like, you know, average or strongly agree or strongly disagree.
And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna risk it for this one and go a little bit of that.
You like being tied up. Oh, I'll go 1 up.
1 out of 100. 98% vanilla. I was offended. I thought I was quite fun in the sheets. Were you offended? Like, you didn't get 98%.
No.
James got a whole mix of fun things. He was all fun in the sheets.
My vanilla was very high up, so
It was like 60. You still had 30% of other fun stuff to do, and I wasn't even fun. I was only 2% fun and 98% vanilla. It was actually 40. I just got my calculation wrong.
The app itself was like, it's not a bad thing if that's how you want to have sex, so it's just all up to you.
I don't want to be vanilla.
Yes, you do.
Clearly.
You enjoy.
I know it is. I just thought that was a funny question because it reminded me of that. You spend an unhealthy amount of time together. I think it's obvious that we spend an unhealthy amount of time together, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not an assumption. I think that's
just factual. We spend every single day together.
We were talking
every
about this the
single
other
minute.
day, and I think different relationships are kind of built on different things. And I think
Definitely.
I have, we have friends that are like extremely, but kind of go to work kind of separately and work very hard, and it works out really well for them that they're both hard workers, and then they come back and spend very limited time together at home, and even on the weekends spend very limited time together.
Yeah.
Like, that wouldn't work if, Carys was doing the job she was doing and I was off working, between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. and home literally to sleep. Like, Carys wouldn't cope with that.
I always wonder how I would have coped had we had normal jobs.
I wouldn't have coped with that.
I'm not sure if I would have. Like, I would have ended up definitely sacrificing money and position in my job to have more time with you, because it's not good though, is it?
But you think that now, I guess we did spend a lot of time.
We did, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was going to say. We literally went to the same uni.
Yeah.
We were together all the time.
We probably just go into the same job. We just sat on desks
I
next to
reckon
each
we would have
other.
gone to the same job, or just like, yeah. Or he says that and then he comes to the same uni
No,
as me.
it just wouldn't work, because
Follow
it works
me.
in our job now because we do completely different things. But I can't imagine sitting next to my wife in a job and being like, "Hey, honey, I'm still waiting on that report.
Yeah, that would be harder.
Yesterday evening. Oh, you didn't have time yesterday? Oh, pretty sure we went out for lunch together.
Saw you.
We were having dinner for 2 hours. You could have probably done it then."
And then you watch TV all night. Yeah, no, that's different. Whereas our job's very much like every single day is very different. We're sort of planning what we want to do. We mingle it into our lifestyle. So it is a very unique job, I guess, to be doing.
I just don't think there's anything like it.
No, but then even
kind of-
before like social media and everything, we spent every blinking second together, and people thought we were weirdos.
Yeah.
Even in school, we were a bit like weird. We spent all our time
I think we
together.
got best couple in school, didn't we?
We got prom king or queen because
Did
We did get prom king and queen.
No.
Not king and queen, best couple.
It was best
there was
couple.
no king or queen, was there?
I don't know, but
Did
we
they?
definitely went king or queen.
oh well, I classed best couple as king and queen.
There we go. Carys has convinced us.
Sorry.
That we were so popular in school. We got prom king and queen.
Oh my
We were
god.
just that weird couple that were always together, and so naturally got voted best couple because no one knew what else to vote for.
King or queen? King and queen. Yeah, no, we didn't get king or queen. That's so funny. I had in my head best couple, but it came out as king and queen. Oops. I am a queen and you are a king.
Brilliant. That doesn't mean that we won.
Well, I don't think there was one, but yeah, we got best couple, but I think it was just because we were weirdos and we were together all the time. You don't have any interests or hobbies that are different from each other.
Oh yeah. we do. I like to watch football and rugby and sport in general, and Carys doesn't.
I like to do craft.
So yeah, although we do spend a lot of time together and we're quite similar in a lot of ways, we do have that. Those, I guess they're only like one.
I also really like driving, and I feel like if you were into driving, we could do things like, like off course, like 4x4ing and stuff. I think that would be amazing.
But then we work because I like sitting in the passenger seat.
Because I'm too kind of, not lazy, let's go with lazy, to kind of organise that for myself.
Yeah,
so even though I think I'd have great fun, like, doing kind of, off-roading in Jeeps and stuff, like I would never be like, oh, let's search how and where I can do this.
Nah, I do that for you, and you'd be like, oh.
I know.
Like when I did Segway tour for you.
Oh, goodness, that was terrifying.
That was so much fun though. So yeah, we do have a couple of hobbies that are different from each other, and then we have a couple that we both like as well, like the gym. That used to be our hobby.
I went to the gym today. Carys, when did you last go to the gym?
I did go last week.
You did.
Nausea.
Nausea. Pregnant. Nausea.
No, I haven't got nausea anymore. That's not my excuse now. Do you have a large friendship group?
We actually don't, and we neither of us ever really have. I did have a slightly bigger one. Yeah, in high school I had a group of 7 girls, and we're still friends now. But in terms of like not even close friends, so like I'd say each of us, and combined now because we have like couples friends and stuff.
Friends.
We have like
with those people.
Yeah, we are those people.
Yeah.
We have a couple of like really, really close friends.
Yeah.
And that's quite a small number of like really close people. And then in terms of like extended beyond like kind of like if you were to invite 20 people over, or like have, you know, I don't know, I just feel like I know a lot of other people who have lots and lots of friends.
Yeah,
Do you
we're
get
not
me?
like, if we were to throw a house party,
We'd have
it
no one
would
to
be
invite.
a very small house party. I think we kind of have like a small amount of like really good friends, and like I like that. Like I'm always up for more friends. I'm not someone to say no to a new friend
If we can find them.
but we're not people that feel the need to kind of cling on to relationships that are kind of like naturally distancing.
Yeah, sure, that's a good way of explaining
so like just I'm not talking about geographically distancing.
No.
But, like if you know if you naturally kind of break away from an old friend, then I think we would kind of they let that happen as well, we would let that happen, and then you kind of just have the close friends that you're really close to.
Absolutely, that explained it perfectly. Pregnancy has made James love you even more.
I don't think that was possible, dear.
Oh,
such a charmer.
Really?
No, it hasn't made me love you anymore.
Oh, right, I was hoping you were going to say yes.
Why would you want to be loved more? Could I love you more? That means I would love you for something other than you being you. Which isn't ideal, is it?
Yeah, you're right.
You want me to just love you for being you?
That's lovely.
Yeah. Do you love me anymore since you've become pregnant?
Yeah, you're right. I couldn't have loved you anymore to start with. Good one.
That was a good save.
Carys is whiny now. She's pregnant.
Oh, Mina wants to come in.
No, she doesn't. She's not. What did you say?
What?
What did you say?
Nothing. I was waiting for you to let me in.
I'm not going to look away.
Oh no, sorry, that was just a watering can.
I'm not going to look away. She's not out there.
You don't realise how... What?
I am whiny. Why aren't you just saying yeah?
But then, what's the question? How's it worded? Carys is whining now that she's pregnant. I would actually have to answer that no. Carys has always been whiny.
This is not true. This is not true. Right. Yes. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I'm not going to start it with you.
No.
I was whiny for the first 12 weeks.
I know you weren't whiny. You were generally ill. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say you were whiny.
Thank you.
You haven't been whiny at all.
Thank
No,
you.
honestly, you haven't.
Thank you.
Carys isn't whiny since she's been pregnant.
A little bit.
She likes kind of, staying in bed and stuff, but she doesn't whine.
No, I don't whine. I just sort of say I'm going to bed now,
Yeah.
and it's like 8 o'clock.
Yeah. It's not, I need to sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just kind of matter of factly like,
I just kind of get on with it.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah. And then, is that the last one?
You don't realise
how lucky you are. I thought I'd just end on that one, because I think it's probably quite understandable sometimes how people could think that. Because like I said earlier on, I would like to in every video be like, thank you so much for this amazing life that I get to live every day, and I wake up and I'm grateful and I write my list of things I'm grateful for, and it's like 20 pages long every day because I feel extremely lucky in so many reasons. And then you go to bed at
7 p.m. because you're pregnant and the list is taking up the whole day.
What was I started that sentence?
You can't spell anything correctly.
Stop it!
Like a blunder of
I am dyslexic. So yeah, I just wanted to end on that one just to say again how grateful we are and how we really do think that we're lucky. And I'm pretty sure at least once a day or every other day we will either on a dog walk or somewhere just look at each other and be like, we're so lucky.
Literally just this week we were talking
I'm pretty sure it was yesterday.
And this morning.
Yeah.
About how lucky we are to kind of do the things we do.
That's
in our
what
life
I mean. It comes up.
Life. Like, so we do talk about it a lot, and I think even more so lately since...
it doesn't go unnoticed. I was just going to say, it doesn't go unnoticed in a sense of like, if we're talking about something like that's got nothing to do with our job, like planning what we're going to do or something, it will be in my mind straight away. We're so lucky that we're able to do that, or like have that flexibility, or just I don't know. I can't think of the example that it was for the other day, but it was like
was it when we went away for a few days, and we could kind of like just take time off. We just kind of worked around it.
Yeah, was it that, or like some things like that when we can like plan and then take a day off when we feel like we want a day off.
Yeah.
And then we're like, wow, we're so lucky to be able to do that.
Just like everyone, you know, you naturally have bad days, and like, you know, we're in such a lucky position with our life, and you still kind of have bad days, and we can still feel negative sometimes and be like, oh, you know, I'm not enjoying this, I really don't want to be doing this, blah 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 blah. But yeah, like everyone has those days.
Yeah.
And like when you come out of them, then you realise you're like, oh no.
Yeah, that's true. That would be also unrealistic to be like, we're so grateful and not happy all the time. Yeah, because we do have...
Anyone who's kind of living their dream job and their dream life, like, it doesn't matter kind of what stage of life you're in or how you're feeling, like, you're still going to have bad days, and it's still perfectly natural and okay. But yeah, almost all the time, we're talking about how lucky we are and how appreciative we are of kind of the position we're in.
Everybody has those days. Everybody has those days.
Everybody feels those ways.
Everybody feels those ways.
That
way.
Feels that way.
Everybody knows what I'm talking about. I can't remember.
I don't know what song that's from.
Hannah Montana?
We're all in this
That's High School. That's the end. I feel like we stopped eating like ages ago.
This is now our dinner.
That milkshake made me really hyper.
We have more than enough for dinner now.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
That's what I always just finish off the leftovers.
Oh.
Scoop them up. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed. I hope I wasn't in too much of a weird mood for the last half of that
video. I feel like
video.
early on, the video started with us just eating, and so not really managing to talk, and ended with us just talking non-stop and not managing to eat.
I know, exactly.
So we're not good at mukbangs. I don't know why we do them.
Why do we keep doing it?
We should just do sit-down chatty videos without the food.
Nah, we do enough of them.
It's a good excuse to get a Five Guys.
Exactly.
I'm sitting on my leg and I can't get off
my leg's gone dead as well.
Yeah, my leg's in pins and needles.
Thank you guys. We'll see you in the next video.
Thank you so much for watching. Give the video a like if you did enjoy. Leave us a comment below. Subscribe if you're new, turn your notice on. We will see you soon. Have a good
Bye guys. Love you. Bye. Mwah.